most of the stuff I do will be found in EL Commons sooner or later. And here are a couple of things I'm going to talk about. This WebVoyage enhancement script for the classic WebVoyage. Well, it's obsolete, but anyway. OAI-PMH. I think I will skip those mark checks things because who here had so nice things. I'm embarrassed to show those. A few words about statistics and some of our replication stuff and what we have coming up. So the enhancement script started a couple of years ago when we needed open URLs from Voyager. And Voyager's built-in open URL support didn't really do what we needed it to do. It wasn't quite versatile enough. And so first we thought about doing some JavaScript, and it worked fine until there was certain bugs in WebVoyage, and it didn't work after that. So another approach was to build kind of a wrapper around the WebVoyage system and build it so that it can manipulate the HTML that WebVoyage sends and do stuff there. So it can change the HTML, it can add stuff to it, get the record from the database using DBI. It's a Perl script, and do anything that involves data on that screen. The more recent things we've done with it is kind of reference management stuff. So there are advanced options for saving or exporting records to RefWorks and other things, and we use XSLT to create the export formats. Or the user can get pure mark XML from the system, but no library will be giving that out. I think it would be nice to have mark XML exported from the system so that the user could do anything they want, but libraries don't think so. Then there are many things that you can do, like set all the external links to open in a new window or things like that. And then there are quite a few things that you can't do. If the HTML doesn't contain enough information, we can't do it. For instance, we would like to have some more information in the patron information screen, but there is no way to identify the patron on the screen, so I can't do anything with that. And of course, we can't change the data in the database, even if we can display some things. And we can't do things that are not visible to that page, so sort of like getting 1,000 records and resorting them according to some random criteria. It's not possible. So I'm really looking forward in seeing what the Voyager 7 brings to this, and what we can do with the built-in tools, and if there is even need to have anything like this. Unfortunately, we are still on Voyager 6.2, I think, and well, I'm missing the action that's around the new version. Okay, so OAI-PMH. This actually started with when we bought the meta index for MetaLib, and started thinking about creating certain collections of records from different libraries, bringing them to MetaLib and displaying as separate collections. And there wasn't really a way to get those records out of Voyager. So what's better than to create a standard interface that can be used for that? So now there is a Perl script. It's available in EL Commons and can be used to access the data, access the bibliographic record or authority records. And it has a fairly flexible definition for record sets, so it can be the sets can be limited to certain records, and it can handle deletions too, although not quite perfectly, but quite well anyway. It has some access control, and it can also access the keyword server, which is definitely unsupported, but would be nice to have as a real option. And then there is a filter function that can be used to check every single record if it will pass and if it will be sent to the client. And even though in many cases we need to just browse through all the records in the database, it seems to be fairly fast and doesn't have real impact on the server. It helps if the client is or the harvester is reasonable and doesn't ask for all the records through all the time, every time. And then there is keep alive support, so that it will just send something through the line if it takes too long. And we've actually found this very useful in other cases too, because there are some external parties that request records from us, and traditionally we've done some exports and sent a package of records to them via FTP or something like that. And now we can move to PMH and we don't have to do anything. We just set it up and they will do the harvesting and anything they need. So it really saves us some work. Of course, if it was built in to Voyager, there could be a real publishing process which would enable, say, better change handling. If certain things in the record change, it might be dropped from a set definition. So this script cannot really know that, because it will just get the records from the database and doesn't have any information regarding what it had before.